Hello, viewers. It's another edition of the Football Unfiltered, and of course, this is the Npfl 360 segment. I am your host, Blaze, and I'm not doing this alone. In the studio is Nico Wheezy, my Npfl sports analyst. Nico, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's another week of the Npfl. We saw what happened last week. Of course, so many dramas in the Npfl. We saw what happened with Kano Pillars, where that's Ahmed Musa complained of the referee,
comments
and then there is an Eyimba that also complained of the officiating that caused so much drama during the week. What do you think about these issues?
I think for Kano Pillars, very, very unfortunate for them, because I wasn't expecting this from them. It's an old-time team in the Npfl, a very experienced team in the Npfl. Musa was there towards the beginning of his career. He won the Npfl Golden Boot. He left for Netherlands for VV Venlo, and that was how his career progressed from VV Venlo to CSKA Moscow to Leicester City, down to back into the country right now, still playing for Kano Pillars. Yes, he made some statements. Musa made some derogatory statements, which was targeted towards the match officials. And when you make a statement targeting the match officials, you are directly criticizing the league itself. And the Npfl found the statement to be derogatory and capable of bringing the Npfl, the game of football in Nigeria, to disrepute. So they decided to cut the tail.
But for something like this, that somebody like Musa has complained, and a serious club like Eyimba has also complained. They say for every rumor, this is not a rumor again.
It's no longer
for every complaint, there should be an atom of truth. So, what do you think about these fines? Do you think that the Npfl directors are going in the right direction?
I believe Npfl is trying to protect their personality. They're trying to protect the image of the system, the league. The league is supposed to be very pure, and so they are trying to protect the image of the league. But I don't think they are doing it the right way. You know, when you punish someone for criticizing match officials, you are indirectly reducing they're indirectly reducing the person's freedom of speech. Of course, yes, it is true that they were supposed to have because what Npfl complained is the moment they were saying, Musa went on social media handles saying stuff about match officials, and now if the Npfl felt if you have a complaint on what the match official did to you during an Npfl game, what you should do is to report to the appropriate quarters. But I believe everything has been settled at this point, and the whole situation has changed. Right now, I believe the Kano Pillars have learned their lessons. They will not come out again to say stuff about statements. If you have issues of complaints on what I believe Npfl is right. Use the right direction, of course. I believe they have learned their lessons, and they should not. There should not be a repeat of that.
The Npfl officials on the other side should also try and officiate better.
Of course.
So because it's a two-sided something. It's one thing to say when you want to complain, then complain in the right direction, but it doesn't stop there, because these complaints are coming from somewhere. So if they do their jobs right, there'll be no complaints to start with. All right, let's go into the match of the week. It's another new week of the Npfl. So the first game of the week is going to be between El Kanami Warriors versus Katsina United. We saw their last game, especially Katsina. We are the two teams. Katsina United drew Niger Tornadoes in the last game, and also El Kanami Warriors drew Rivers United in the last game. What do you think about this game?
I believe it's going to be El Kanami Warriors. They are playing in their home front, in their backyard, and they try to make things very, very difficult for Katsina United, their opponent. Of course, they have 7 draws this season. Talking about El Kanami Warriors, they are good at getting draws. Of course, you know the rest. Yes. You know the rest. Of course, it's going to be a keenly contested game. Anyways, every game in the Npfl is a keenly contested game, and this one is no exception. And so we are going to see a draw. I'm expecting a draw, possibly. I'm expecting a draw in that very game. Katsina United is not yet that strong to match them toe to toe, in order not to allow them get that draw. But definitely, at the end of the day, unless something else happens, they're definitely at the utmost best. the much I know, it's going to be a draw.
So let's look at the next game. The big boys Eyimba are going to play Bayelsa United next. We saw Eyimba have that big win against Ikorodu City, where they won 2-1. Bayelsa, on the other hand, lost to Lobby Stars. That was Dana Amakochi's first win for Lobby Stars. What do you think about this next game?
I believe it's going to be a very, very, the game is going to be a keenly contested game.
Yes.
But I believe this time around they will have learned. I believe it's still a work in progress for Bayelsa United. They will do their best in Yenagoa to defend at least the image of the club in front of their home fans. They will do their best.
The fact that Eyimba is playing for
of course,
Eyimba, they're still the big boys.
Of course, Eyimba is the big boys of the league. They will try to match them toe to toe. They will try to bring out the experience they have in the Npfl and do something positive against Bayelsa United. I believe at the end of the day, it might be a win situation for Eyimba.
Do you think Eyimba's new coach is doing well this season so far? They got a new coach this season, if I'm being correct. How do you think Yemi has done so far since he replaced Benidi George as the coach of Eyimba?
He has been quite fantastic. No doubt, he has been very, very fantastic.
Third on the league table.
Yes, third on the league table, keeping Eyimba in the continentals. That's the most important.
Yes, very important.
Very important. It will be a disgrace that at the end of any season you don't get to see a Nigerian club in the continentals. It will not look nice. This time around we have just one team, which is Eyimba in the CAF Confederations Cup, and it's still not enough. So it still boils down to the development of the league. What the league can be able to offer. How does the Npfl, what is the Npfl doing to develop the league to a very good standard where it should be, so that we can have our club size getting into the continentals. We can't be having just USM Orjas, CAR Belouizdad, and Ali of Egypt always in the CAF continentals. But I believe if something is done, somehow we get to see the likes of Remo Stars, National United, Rangers International, just like we saw them the last time out. Rivers United, they were once in the continentals, but something happened, they went up. It's been long, the last time, it's been very, very long time since a Nigerian club won the CAF Champions League or the CAF Confederations Cup. The last time that happened was with Eyimba back in 2005.
Still the same Eyimba.
So, and it's not looking good at all.
Let's see what happens. For now, Eyimba is still at the Confederation Cup. Let's see if they can go forward to winning that title, because we're tired of seeing other African countries representing themselves in the camp.
It's not good at all.
Let's see if Eyimba can actually come back with that publicity. Moving on to the next game, we have Upper United versus Para United. What do you think about that match?
It's going to be a draw game because both teams are not really strong in terms of the attacking force of the team. I don't know if it was when Olisanda left Upper United, that was when they started, mixing things up. Yeah. They have everything at their disposal to succeed. They have everything a team can need to succeed. They have, the infrastructure. The players are well paid.
Nico,
they have a good stadium.
You have talked about Upper United so much in the best light every time in the studio, but it's like they go into the match game, they go into the match and they play directly opposite what to talk about them. Because I know if you look at the table now, they are like the second to the last at the bottom of the table.
It's about
what's happening.
Sometime the previous programs, yes, right here, I talked about the mentality of a player.
Yes.
If your mentality does not match your tactics, yes, you are bound to fail. So first of all, it's about the mentality. Then secondly, it's about the pattern you came with, the tactics you came with. Now, if these two match, that's when you see players win a game. If you have the good tactics, you might have the best tactics in the world, but your mentality is still saying, maybe you will be telling yourself, I cannot win this game. These people will beat me. That's when you will understand that football has two different, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah. If you have the mentality to win, you might not have the best tactics, but you have the mentality to win. You see yourself winning games. But that is not, you don't rule out the tactics entirely. You don't rule out the tactics. You have to also apply the tactics so that you can be able to get above your opponent.
So for you, a draw game?
A draw game, I see.
Moving forward, Kano Pillars versus Plateau United. We saw Kano Pillars losing at home last week to Nasarawa United that made Ahmed Musa make the statement he made on the officials. What do you think about their next game? Playing at home again versus Plateau United. Do you think Ahmed Musa will use this vexation of losing the last match to go into this new match to do wonders.
I believe Ahmed Musa should be careful by now.
He's a big player.
Of course, he's a big player. He's well traveled. He has really done well. The most capped Nigerian player of all time, the Super Eagles fold. He is captain the Super Eagles. He's still the captain of the Super Eagles.
Yes.
Not until he retires from international football. Of course, that's when he stops being the captain. He is still the captain of the team, as far as I'm concerned. William Trustekon remains the assistant captain until further notice. So, but it's just that recently they have not called him into the national team. Even when they brought the list of the home-based players that will feature in the CHAN, his name was not even mentioned. But I believe he has learnt his lessons, and he has to play professionally, maintain, mind the words he used.
Kano Pillars versus Plateau United. What do you think?
A very keenly contested game. Is going to be the Sani Abacha Stadium is a fortress. Kano Pillars is winning this game all the way.
So you think Kano Pillars?
Kano Pillars is getting the word. Though Plateau United, we can't just rule them out. They are underdogs. Good team performance the last time out, but I believe it's a game meant for Kano Pillars.
All right. Moving forward, Sunshine Stars versus Bendel Insurance.
Monday Odigie has been a well-experienced coach in the Npfl. And the failures he had seen recently is something I believe should not be coming from his side. Yes, Bendel Insurance actually lost some important players. One of them is Amas Obasogie, the goalkeeper of the team. He joined the Ethiopian side the other day, and which has really affected the team negatively. But I believe this time around, it's going to be something has to be done to make sure that they don't get
these two teams lost their last game. If the Sunshine lost, they lost with enough goals, 3 goals. So I don't know, going into this game, what do you think?
The home advantage might play a role in this particular one for Sunshine Stars. They are playing in front of their home fans, and something has to be done. Bendel Insurance is trying to save their image in the league. Mondo Dige will not like to lose his job, and maybe if he gets to lose this one, they might just be singing bye-bye for him any moment from now.
In the Nigerian league, did they sack like that?
Of course, they do sack players, they do sack coaches. Of course, when you don't perform very well up to the tax, up to the level you are supposed to perform, and you are meant to lose your job.
Abia Warriors versus Heartland FC. We saw Abia Warriors winning big against Remo Stars. I know this happened at home, but for you to win a Remo Stars that are second in the league at the moment, and we have seen the beautiful football they have played from last season. Going back, playing this is like a derby match. This is like a Southeast derby match between
Oriental derby
between Abia Warriors and Heartland FC. What do you think? This time around, Heartland is playing away.
I believe Heartland, yes, they defeated Remo Stars the last time. You would just say they are back to to normalcy.
Yes.
It is still a work in progress for them. Emmanuel Amuneke is doing his best. He's an experienced coach, won the Under-17 World Cup with Victor Osimhen and the likes. Samuel Chukwu is back there. No, not Kelechi. Of course, it was Victor Osimhen and Samuel Chukwu is back in 2015. Kelechi Anato was in 2013. Anyways, I believe that it's going to be a keenly contested game. Abia Warriors, not ruling the fact that they are playing in front of their home fans, so you don't rule out the home advantage. Now, Heartland FC, they are trying to, Amuneke is trying to show the world that he can do this job.
He came for business.
Judging from his experience, the salary quite lucrative, because that's why he accepted the job in the first place.
If it's not lucrative,
he wouldn't have accepted the job, of course. And so, he has a job to do. And so, looking at this game, I believe Heartland FC will come for the heads of Abia Warriors.
All right, moving forward, let's look at Enugu Rangers versus Nasarawa United. For me, I don't think the Enugu Rangers have been on their best. This is the defending champions we're talking about, and at the moment they're not top 4 of the league. They're not at the bottom of the table, but they're just a mid-table club this season. What do you think? What's going on with Enugu Rangers?
Unfortunately, Enugu Rangers are, they have had some, their shortcomings. Yes. A team, yes, they are defending champions, but they have had their shortcomings. But they have the likes of Godwin Obaje, who has returned to the team. With after a failed move to Europe, he came back to the team. He got snapped up again, and he's an experienced player, so he's going to be very, very, he's going to be very good this time around. He's going to help the team. Fidelis Chukwu doing a great job, and doing a great job with Rangers. The reason why they called him to the national team side to help in tutoring the Super Eagles. I believe this time around, Ilechukwu has something to do. The last time they played against Kwara United was shambolic entirely. It wasn't something to write home about. Rangers had to come from behind to force a draw. And so this time around, they need to do something.
They're playing in Nasarawa United that has
Anas Yusuf, the top scorer in the 9 goals in 9 games for Anas Yusuf. Give it up to him. Quite a fantastic player. He got called up to the Chan Eagles the other day, and just to thank him for his effort, a reward for his passion, dedication, and all that. I believe he might just be another goal scorer in that very game. You won't like the fact that he's going to score again. But I believe this time around, Rangers will have to do something, or something will happen to them.
Your prediction for this?
I believe it's a draw game for Rangers.
Draw game again. Moving forward, let's go to the next game between Ikorodu City versus Rivers United. Of course, we know what Rivers United has been doing this season. Their new coach, Philippe George, has been exceptional so far. Ikorodu City, on the other hand, even though they brought in a new set of coach, we saw what they did before the Eyimbas game. Yeah. It's true that they lost the Eyimbas game. Of course, we are expecting that lose, looking at the fact that Eyimba is a more experienced side. They're going to play another experienced side in Rivers United. What do you think will happen in this game?
It's going to be a win situation for Rivers United, but you don't still rule out the fact that Ikorodu City is a newly promoted side trying to make their mark in the Npfl. It's going to be a difficult situation. Nuruddin Aweroro has been quite fantastic with the team, judging from his effort so far. It's still a new team in the Npfl, a work in progress, I will always say. But I believe if Eyimba underrates them, definitely they will.
Eyimba,
Rivers United underrates them. Definitely is going to be Rivers United will have to go home in tears, of course. But on paper, it's going to be a win for.
On paper, should be a win.
A win for Rivers United, of course.
Let's look at the next game between Niger Tornadoes and Shooting Stars. We saw Shooting winning Akwa United. Your best, to me, that's your best team. You talk about Akwa United so much with passion. So Shooting Stars went to win Akwa United in their last game, and we saw Niger Tornadoes drawing to Castana United. These two teams are going to meet this weekend. What do you think about this game?
I believe Shooting Stars played against a weak Akwa United. Akwa United is a weak team. No doubt about that. They are a weak team. So
even though you think that
though they have everything, have the potential, they have everything at their disposal. When they won the Npfl, talking about Akwa United, when they won the Npfl, Olisanda, who was a member of the team, immediately after that season, he immediately got a contract with Orlando Pirates, where he is playing currently.
Wow!
So you can't. That's to tell you how good the team
is.
The team is.
Let's leave Akwa United. Niger Tornadoes versus Shooting Stars.
Niger Tornadoes against Shooting Stars. It's going to be a keenly contested game. Wenga Ogumbote, an experienced coach with 3 years of Ibadan. You can as well call them Shooting Stars as well. I believe it's going to be a keenly contested game, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a win for Shooting Stars.
Remo Stars versus Lobby, the last match for the week.
A win for Remo Stars. Lobby Stars, you can't rule them out as well. Daniel Omokachi got his first win the last time out.
Yes.
Of course, he got his first win as the coach of Lobby Stars. And he is an experienced coach. Where Daniel Ogumodede is also an experienced coach in the side of Remo. I believe it's just, let me say, power jam power. It's going to be a very thinly contested game. But at the end of the day, Remo start in front of their home fans. They will be very dead.
Especially with the fact that they lost their last match. They want to go into this
it's a win with them. It's a win situation for Remo.
For Remo Stars. Yeah. I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah. For the first time.
For the first time. I agree with you on several things, Nico. It's alright. That's why we'll be drawing the curtain today. If you have watched so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to get more interesting episodes of Football on Filter focusing on the Npfl. I still remain your host, Blaze, and I was in the studio with Nico Rizzi. Let's see you next week.